very excited for today's live show. Sorry, I'm just adjusting because sometimes it's hard to actually see how everything is set up beforehand. So come on in. It's wonderful to have you. So today is going to be a little bit of a different type of live for me. I've been doing a lot of live styling, and while I'm still going to be doing some styling stuff and talking through some things with you, I have a very big announcement to make, which I'm very excited about telling you, and how it relates to my content and how it relates to you. Like basically, what's in it for you, right? Because it's one thing for me to tell you what's happening in my life, but it's like, well, how does that impact you, and what's going to be of benefit? All right, so come on in. While you're coming on in, let me know in the comments where you're streaming in from. Also, let me know that you're here. It's just so wonderful to have you here. It is great. So for those of you who are new to me, if you have never come to one of my lives before, I am a personal stylist, designer, and show host. My name is Tracy Gold, and here on this channel, I do lives every single Saturday, 11 a.m., except sometimes like, July 4th, when everybody's out and about. But other than that, I am here doing a live for you, and I'm just so excited to do so. This is the opportunity for you to ask your questions, to engage with me. You may have noticed my content before, you may have seen some of my videos, and you have these questions that sometimes you don't even want to put in the comments, or you just have on your mind. What's wonderful about these lives is that you can come in and ask your questions, and even if it's not that related to the topic, feel free to ask me anyway, because I'm here and I'm happy to help you. All right, so come on in, girls. It's wonderful to have you here. Just to let you know that some of the items that I am wearing will be pinned in the bottom below as well. I'm just waiting for more people to come on so that I can give my big announcement. I'm super excited about it. Okay, come on in. Well, girlfriends, let's just go ahead and get started. So, my big announcement, okay? This is what I'm going to be telling you today. I am going to Italy in September again. Okay, I say again, I haven't been for quite some time. It's been at least 3 years since I've been. And before that, even more time, because I moved to New York, moved country, all of that kind of thing. But I am going to Italy, and I'm going to Italy with a very, very specific intention. I love Italian style. And I don't just love Italian style because I love everything Italian, which, by the way, I do love everything Italian. The food is good. The espresso is just to die for. All the wine is amazing. I love the scenery. I love the people. There's a lot that I love about Italy, but I'm going there because I really want to go with the mindset that I have had in the last 4 years. Or last 2 years, sorry. The last 2 years, I have focused so much of my content and my attention and my collection on dressing as a woman in midlife, especially around these times where we're navigating lifestyle changes and body changes. So when we are going through perimenopause, when we go through menopause, and we're trying to figure out what it is that our bodies are doing and how are we going to dress them in the meantime. Now, what's very interesting is that Italian women seem to not have the same philosophy or fears or even kind of ideas around perimenopause and menopause. They seem to think of it as part of life. It is part of its transition, and actually celebrate it. Can you imagine? Wow. So I am going there, not only, I'm going to be talking about my collection in a second, but not only to shoot part of my fall collection, but also just to get more of a sense of what can I learn from women who are at midlife in Italy. And I'm going to places that are not just the touristy places. And then what can I bring back for you to teach you? Now, I personally use a lot of the principles that I'm going to tell you today. And I am going to go through these principles because I have been to Italy quite a few times. I study Italian style a lot. And a lot of these principles kind of inform my approach to styling and my approach to designing. They absolutely do, as well as my own approach to my own look. All right, so I'm going to be sharing with you those already. That I can tell you straight off the bat. But when I go to Italy, I'm really going with such a zeroed in focus of how are these women doing it? Like, how are they looking so amazing? How are they dressing? How are they managing midlife, still staying relevant, still looking incredible, and not feeling like they just want to shrink into themselves and become like quiet in their lives? Because who wants that? And I don't see that in Italy. Let me tell you, I see women really living their lives, but also doing it with such style, but such comfort at the same time. Because I don't know about you, girlfriend, but especially in midlife, I am done with wearing uncomfortable shoes. I was speaking to a woman yesterday and she was saying, oh, I can't wear high heels because I have problems with my feet. I was like, girlfriend, you are in the right place. Because I don't believe we have to be uncomfortable. I don't believe we have to wear uncomfortable heels. We live lives. We need to be able to move and get about. But we can do it, and we can do it with style. We don't have to compromise on style. So for those of you who just have joined, welcome in. My big announcement is that I am going to Italy in September. So I'm spending quite a bit of time in Milano because I love Milan. It's a fashion capital. But what's interesting is also the people who are living in Milan are pretty fashion focused. There's definitely a difference between the way the women dress in Milan versus the way the women dress in, say, Florence and in Siena. And those are the other two places that I'm going to. I'm also hoping to hit Lake Como, which is going to be amazing because they have a silk scarf factory there and a museum, and it's going to show me a whole bunch of things that is going to be very interesting. And I will be going to the vintage market as well. There's this massive vintage market in Milan on a Sunday where it's just notorious. I've been there before. It's absolutely incredible. And vintage in Italy is different to vintage here. It is often focused on quite a lot of designer, or you will sometimes find some indie designers there as well. So that's going to be really exciting. So for today's live, girls, I wanted to explain to you how this impacts on you. So yay, Trace, I'm happy you're going to Italy. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while. I'm so happy for you, but like, what's in it for me, right? Well, because I'm going to be focusing my content from now until September. I'm going to be sharing with you what I do know about Italian style and why it's so flattering for women in midlife. And then I am also going to, when I am in Italy, I am going to be filming shorts, hopefully with the mindset of like, what can we learn? What can we take away from us? How can we take this into our everyday lives and implement these things? And I really want to kind of do special attention to the way women are navigating their midlife in the way that they dress. Now, obviously, I do not speak Italian, so it's going to be very like it's unlikely I'm going to be able to go and have conversations with Italian women about, so how is your perimenopause and menopause going? Do you know what I mean? But based on the research that I've done, the little bit of research that is out there, I am seeing that women in midlife do not have the same hangups of aging as we do in the US. They just don't. And so I want to see that. I want to see it firsthand. I'm staying in places that are not the typical touristy places so that I can experience that and bring that back to you. Now, I want to start sharing with you already the things that I know for sure about Italian style and why it's really helpful for us. And I'm hoping that you're going to be able to take some of these away with you right away today and start implementing them in your wardrobe and looking and feeling amazing. So the first thing that they do, and it is one of the most poignant things, especially when you're talking about French style versus Italian style. I hear so much about French style, and quite honestly, I'm just going to be real with you. I find French style a bit boring. Like, I find it a little bit, it lacks color, I love the way they do their makeup naturally. I love the way they handle their beauty routines and things like that. There's a lot to be taken from French style, but Italian style just has that's something really special. And it's not that spoken about. And so I want to really highlight it as a midlife woman and then be able to share that with you. So number one, the first thing that I notice about Italian women is that they wear shape. Okay, they are not interested in hiding their curves. And it doesn't mean, let me just tell you, girlfriends, like shape doesn't have to be tight. Okay, so shape is not, in fact, let me just set this back a little bit because we are going to be talking about footwear, which I will be sharing with you in a moment as well, because there's some very exciting things about Italian footwear that I'm very excited to tell you that I think you're going to be excited about. Okay, so shape doesn't have to mean tight. It just means shape. And you will notice this in all of my videos. I talk about creating a sense of shape, creating a sense of balance. Well, Italian women are not afraid to show their curves. They also are not that big on covering everything up. Rather, they look to very tailored, like they work with tailoring. They often have tailors in and around their cities that really get that fit perfect. So they're less, it's not about super tight, but it is about having shape. So as an example, this is a skirt. This is one of my new skirts. I'll actually just go ahead and pin it. I'm very excited about this one. I'm going to be taking it to Italy with me, and I will also be sharing it a little bit with you, some information about it. But like as an example, this has got some nice shape. Now, it could be worn a little bit looser if you need it to be. And that's the nice thing, is that it can be worn a little looser. If you're having a little bit of a bloated day, you could always wear a little bit looser because it is a wrap skirt. But the main thing is that it defines the waist. And this is one of the things I notice about Italian women, is that they are not afraid to define their waist. And you will always hear me talking about that. It's something that I absolutely love. The second thing that they tend to do is that they show one part of their body at a time, okay? And I see this. I even saw this in Rome with Italian women. Hey, Mary, so good to see you. Christine, I'm so happy to have you here. Yay. All right. What I noticed, even when I went to Rome about 3 years ago, I noticed that even the younger people do this. Even the younger women do this. So as an example, if you're going to have a short skirt like this, okay, which I have a short, I'm showing off leg. I quite like my legs. I'm kind of working it, right, while I can. I'm having fun with it. This is a short skirt for me. I'm loving it. However, I'll keep the top covered then. So I'm not going to go short skirt, super low cut, plunging neckline top. Not that I have much of cleavage to work with, but even if I did, I'm not going to kind of do leg and cleavage. All right. So they are not afraid to show parts of their body. They don't mind doing so. They have quite a body positive mindset. However, it's kind of done with like, I'm going to show a little here and there, but not the whole story. And that's one of the things I really like about Italian style. So as an example here, I have a nice high up neckline. Now I may take it, okay, I don't have I would have a strapless bra on. It's just because of the underpinnings that I have to change in front of the camera. But like I would have a slash neckline like this, show a little bit of that shoulder. That would be fun without the bra strap, obviously more like that. Okay, and then I've got the shorter skirt, but I'm not revealing everything. I'm not showing off everything and making everything the emphasis. Okay. And so that is one of the things I find they do it, and they do it with such class. Even the younger girls, I would notice, for example, I was on a bus one time and this young girl, gorgeous bod, I mean, absolutely stunning. She had a little crop top on and it was really fitted on the top, but then she had kind of baggier jeans, and it gave her such a lovely balanced look, even as a young person, which is amazing. You can show part, but not everything all in one go. Hello, Nivi. So I'm an Indian girl, beautiful outfit. I love Russian culture, outfits, and food, always childhood days. Yay, that's so fantastic. Thank you so much, girlfriend. Okay, so this is the thing that so number one is that they love shape. Number two, they show one part of their body at the same time, not showing everything, but they are not afraid to show parts of their body. So girlfriend, if you've got a great cleavage and you are comfortable with showing that, well then show some cleavage and then keep it a little bit more covered at the bottom. However, if you've got great legs and you want to really like show off your legs, show off the legs and then keep your top part a little more covered. So it's just about like, are you doing the top or are you doing the bottom? Like, which are you doing? But still celebrate your body and celebrate the parts of your body that you really love. Okay. The second thing, and this is something that you will recognize in my collection all the time, is that Italian women are not afraid of color and print. You know I love that, right? Okay, hold on. I'm just going to take this skirt off and I'm going to change up the skirt. Okay, here we go. So they are not afraid. And this is coming, guys. This is not yet on my website. I have put my email address in the description box below, so you can contact me to pre-order this. I'm probably going to shoot it tomorrow and put it up on the website, so it will be coming very soon. But Italian women, and this is one of the big differences between Italian women and French women. Okay, so French women tend to keep it very neutral. They tend to go very almost like I was watching one of the influencers, and she's a French woman, and she said if French style is a whisper, Italian style is a statement. Okay, so that's kind of where they go with it. They are not afraid of color and print. Well, why is this helpful for us in midlife? Because I'm always going to come back to this question, right? I'm always going to come back to what's in this for you and how can you implement this in your everyday life? And why do I believe in this principle and use it? Well, because print is going to disguise a multitude of things. So as an example, if you do have a menopausal belly and you want to cover up your menopausal belly or disguise it or cover it up, and I'm saying it in air quotes, one of the ways to do that is to use print. Print works like magic. Whereas and what is good about if you are, sorry, I'm going to say something quickly because, you may say to me, well, Tracy, you just had a denim skirt on and that's flattering. Yes, but it is a thicker fabric, okay? So denim is thicker and so it gives you that hold. So it doesn't mean you can never wear solid colors. I'm not saying don't wear solid colors. Just be careful of the fabrics that you're wearing when wearing solid colors. But when you're wearing print, it disguises the multitude of things. You don't know what's fabric and what's flesh. You don't know the eye is confused, okay? One of the things that I do notice about Italian women as well, when it comes to their placement of print and color, is that they are not afraid to mix their colors. They're not afraid to wear quite a lot of color, but they will kind of often choose one statement piece. So one main statement and then work around that. So as an example, that could be, wow, I have a beautiful printed skirt on, and then I will keep the top a little bit more simple. Now, that doesn't necessarily, it's not an absolute, because as an example, and this is going to bring me to a couple of other points, like in this particular one, what I like as a designer is that I like to give you pieces that are going to mix and match and dress up and dress down. You can wear them in multiple different ways. So as an example, this top is in exactly the same fabric. Hold on, I'm just going to move my microphone a little bit there. This top is made in exactly the same fabric. And what that allows you to do is to wear it as a dress if you want to. So it makes it look like you're wearing a dress. And then in that case, to be honest, that is your main focus piece, okay? That would be your dress in the print would be the main focus piece, and the rest of your look would work around that, okay? Would work around that. We're going to talk about accessories in a moment. Now, or you could say, well, hey, it's a little bit too much print for me altogether. What I'm rather going to do is let a skirt or a top be the main focus piece, so you can wear these as separates and let that be the focus. Again, bringing to mind the principle of, well, I'm going to show one part of my body at one time. So if I'm revealing cleavage as an example, then I'm going to go more, longer and more discreet. Maybe it's going to be this length as opposed to like a little bit shorter, so they'll show one part of their body at the same time, and then one focus piece at the same time. That is common. I personally, I'll tell you for my own personal style, I love print. Like I love Etro. If you know the designer Etro, they mix print with print, color with color. I mean, like print with print with print with print with print on print. And that's fine too, because that's your personal style, right? That is my personal style. I love to do that. But there are times when I'll say, I think it's wearing me rather than me wearing it. So I'll let one piece be the main hero piece, and then I'll work around that. Okay, then I want to say that one of the things that you will notice about Italian style, a lot of people think that Italians have big wardrobes, and they do not. Okay. I mean, the places in Milan that I've stayed, I stay in Airbnbs, and I like that because you get a sense of like real living, not a hotel, but an actual Airbnb. The places are tiny. They are tiny, and the closet space is tiny. It's like living in New York. It's the same kind of thing. But let me say to you that for Italian women and for men, quality over quantity. So it isn't about having a lot of things. It's about having a few good quality things that fit you very well, that fit you perfectly, whether you need to take that to a tailor and have that adjusted, whether you buy better quality items that are going to stand the test of time. They are all about quality over quantity. Now, one of the ways that I like to use that is also I always use, as in my own collection, I always use quality fabrics. The workmanship is done with a quality in mind, but I will always give you things that you can dress up and dress down, mix and match. And that's where it comes in for like the way that I do both the tops and the bottoms. Okay, so I like to do the tops and the bottoms in the same fabric. Because why? Because then that allows you then to wear it multiple different ways. I know in America, we do tend to have a different kind of culture, is more is better, right? There is a more is better kind of mindset. Whereas in Italy, it's quality over quantity, but those pieces really work for you. And your wardrobe is curated. It is carefully curated. And there's nothing right. Like if you want to have more is more is more, completely go ahead and do that. I'm just sharing what I found. And what's so interesting is that Italian women are some of the most stylish women in the world, and they believe in quality versus quantity. It is really good. So, Candy, hello from Pennsylvania. Oh, that is so good to have you, girlfriend. Thank you so much. So what I do as a designer, living in New York, living in America, where I understand that we want a lot of variety, we want a lot to wear. And quite honestly, like when I travel in a carry-on. I'm going to do a video on how I pack and how I plan what I'm going to wear. I'll be doing that. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do that as a live sometime, like planning out my looks and how I plan to travel in just a carry-on, because I don't do check-in luggage and lugging big like I'm going to small towns where I've got to go on cobble streets and get from the train station to the Airbnb. Like I just don't have the patience and time, and I don't want to have to catch Ubers everywhere. It just doesn't work for me. Okay, so I like to do a lot of mix and match pieces where you can mix and match it. So as an example, I'm going to show you, right? So here we have the top underneath. The top could go with the skirt. Then I could change out the skirt, okay? And I could wear this then with a denim skirt. Hold a second. And by the way, this is available in a different colorway as well. I'll show you the different colorway in a second once I've got this on. But then this top could go with this skirt. Okay, and then I can wear, so it allows for a mix and match situation. Also, a lot of my pieces can be worn multiple different ways. So this is my, what we call the magic blouse, which I have them in multiple different fabrications, all right? And what's nice about this is that there is a little slit that goes in on the inside here, and that allows you to wear it as a wrap blouse if you want, with that rounded hem. I love to use a rounded hem because it's very flattering for the menopausal belly. Okay, so we have the rounded hem like that. We also have the option of wearing it tucked in, which I often do with a skirt. So when I'm wearing a skirt, then I like to tuck it in because the skirt, I want to take that line up above. Again, an Italian principle of defining your waist. I want to define my waist, and because of the shape of the skirt, because it's a fit and flare, it really does work to define my waist and de-emphasize my belly, as opposed to like if it was like this. Can you see the difference, guys? So if I had a pencil skirt going down like this is going to make my hips look bigger. It's going to make my belly look bigger. When it's that fit and flare, it creates a sense of balance, and it actually makes this look narrow in comparison. You'll notice the same is true with the other printed skirt. All right. The other way, if that still leaves you feeling a little bit on the like, oh, Trace, I'm still feeling a little too exposed. My belly's feeling too exposed. The great thing is that this magic top blouse, which by the way was the first way that it was intended to be worn, and then it just grew from there, all different ways to wear it. You can wear it as like that. So you can then have your cami on underneath. You can wear your magic blouse going over like this. It emphasizes above your natural waist, being very slimming, draws the eye down the body, and it gives you that little bit of coverage in the belly. So again, you can adjust it, and it allows you for the days that you feel bloated, the days that you're feeling great. All of those things can work very, very well. All right. Also made in breathable fabric. So therefore it doesn't matter that's a 3/4 sleeve, because it's going to give you upper arm coverage, but keep you cool at the same time. The flare itself also de-emphasizes the upper arm above it, so it makes it look narrow in comparison. If you are very busty, my recommendation would be that we narrow that flare ever so slightly. And the cool thing is all of these items can be customized to best suit you. Yes, they are a little bit more expensive, but again, it's the less is more, the quality over quantity. Do the things in your closet really fit and flatter you? Do they make you look and feel amazing? If that is the case, they are worth spending a little bit of extra money on, rather than having a bunch of stuff in your closet and you hardly wear any of it because you just don't feel great in them. Okay, so this is the kind of thing. So it allows for, if you have a few pieces, it can mix and match and dress up and dress down. And that's what we're loving. Okay, and that again, it plays into the whole Italian style of quality over quantity, fewer pieces that really work for you. I'll just show you very quickly. If you don't like or say browns don't really suit you and you need a different colorway, this is a different colorway that I have. So it's more of that teal and coral. It is a slightly different style, just to give you two different variations. This is actually a bubble sleeve. It's coming into the fall collection, and the skirt is a longer skirt. So this gives you an idea of, you could say, all right, Trace, I love the short skirt and the top, but I want it in this fabric. No problem. Again, you're getting pieces that you really love, that really fit and flatter your body shape. It's worthwhile spending a little bit more on that. Okay, so now let's talk about the footwear. Okay, the footwear and the bags. Because I know this is going to come up. So some women think, okay, so it has been said that Italian women wear heels. And I have to tell you, I remember my husband and I were in Milan for the first time. And it's chaotic. I mean, the streets are chaotic, guys, the way they drive and the whole thing. I mean, it's amazing that they don't have so many accidents, because I think they're just more chilled. It's like they just move about in this way but right in the middle of the street will come this woman on her bicycle. And I remember specifically, I tried to photograph her or film her. She was a woman in midlife. She was well dressed. She had on her little heels, but they were block heels. And there she was on her bicycle, off to wherever she was going. And she wasn't dressed in sweats. She wasn't dressed in, Italian women don't wear their sweats around. Okay, if they're going to work out, they wear it for that, and then they change into their clothes. It's just not within their culture to do so. It's a different kind of culture. But with their shoes and their bags, there's kind of a perception of like, oh, women in Italy never wear sneakers. Well, when I was in Milan in 2016, that was the first time that I went, this new trend of dressy sneakers hit. And let me tell you, girls, they were all wearing them. They were all wearing them. So they're not wearing trainers, okay? They're not wearing just any ordinary sneaker. They are wearing something that is a stylish sneaker. And let me also say to you that even in Milan, you have a lot of cobbled streets. So there is no time and space to be hobbling around in heels. Even when I went to Siena, Siena is a university town, and my husband and I went out in the evening, and you literally have to park outside of the city because it's a walled city, and you walk up on these, like up a hill on a cobbled street. Okay, that is how Siena is. There is no space for stilettos, let me tell you. And the young girls were coming to the place the little bar that we went to, and they had their heels in their bags. This is Jazzy. Hello, Jazz. They had their handbag. Yes, are you wanting to say hello? Sorry, he just wants to say hello. Hello, Jazzy. This is Jazzy. He's very demanding, guys. All right. So they had their heels in their bags, and then they would change out of their comfortable shoes that they were walking up the hills into their like going out in the evening like shoes. But even still, it's not uncomfortable. So I have bought, these are the shoes that I plan to wear for my trip to Italy. I am going to be buying shoes because I'm a size 5 and they have tons of shoes there. Okay. And I always find shoes that I absolutely love. So I don't take too many shoes because I intend to buy shoes. However, a lot of you girls will know me for my platform sneakers. They look like the Stella McCartney. Some of them are Stellas, some of them are not Stellas, but these those are not going to work because of the serrated. The bottom of it is not even. What you need if you are traveling to Europe in cobbled streets is something that has a flatter surface at the bottom. Okay. Now I do love, I always wear platforms because I am 5'3.5". We're going to talk about Italian women and their heights. Okay. I am 5'3.5". So, and I have a long body and short legs. So I do like a little bit of a platform. I also like a platform because I find that in flats, my heels get very sore. These are amazing. I'm actually going to pen them. I have them in the, yes, there we go. I have them right here. They are phenomenal. And what I like about them is that they are an off-white. So they're not quite that very, very ice white. And so I was like, am I going to wear these with all of my things? And I think I will, guys, because it is, hold on, it's almost like a nude for me. Hold a second, let me just do this. It's almost like a nude for me. It's white, but it's not white. And I feel really confident walking in Italy with these shoes because it's not a typical sneaker. Okay, I am walking all day. Women in Italy aren't necessarily walking all day where they're going. They might walk to work, or they might walk to to a friend's house, or whatever the case is. I'm going to be walking all day, every day. And so for me, this is a great option, and I feel like I'm still stylish. I would not wear a typical sneaker. Period. The end. Okay. And this is where I think women, like Americans, it's all about the confidence. So they'll be all dressed up, and then there'll be the sneaker. If you're going to wear a sneaker, make it a stylish sneaker. You can find stylish sneakers. I was looking for a gold one. I would have loved a gold one. That would have been a great option. But you always want to be intentional with your footwear. And I find sometimes American style is like we put our outfits together and then we just throw on a comfortable pair of shoes. That's not how Italian women do it. Okay, but they still will be comfortable. The other thing about their bags. Okay, so this is one of my favorite. I absolutely love this. This is an Etro bag. I have tagged it in the bottom. It is an expensive bag. However, I'll be honest with you and tell you that I got this as a secondhand bag on Poshmark or whatever the case is, because I personally don't value a bag enough to spend over $1,000 on a bag. I just don't. There are women who do. I have sold $9,000 Birkins. I've sold $7,000 Chanel's as a secondhand, in a secondhand market. But for me, It's not that important. But what I like is a good quality bag that's going to go with everything. That's going to go with most things. Now, this bag here has got that etro. This is an etro, and it has that design on it. And so I feel like it goes with everything. It goes with all of my different things. And even if I'm wearing like a paisley type of print, it mimics, and it's a completely different color, it mimics that. And so for me, that's okay. So quality accessories, Italian women are all for that. That being said, I do have to say that quality accessories in Milan do not cost the earth. Okay, they just don't. You don't have to spend a huge amount of money to get a quality handbag. If you want a designer handbag, and even nowadays, you can get a beautiful designer handbag in a secondhand market. There's things like, Poshmark, the Real Real. The Real Real is great because you'll know that it's been authenticated. What I really like is the one that I really like because they authenticate everything before. What is the name? Oh, it'll come to me in a second, but it's a marketplace, and that is really, really awesome because they authenticated. You make sure that it is the real thing because you can be ripped off. I will be honest with you and tell you that, especially with designer stuff, you can be ripped off, and it can be a copy. But I don't believe that you need a designer look or designer thing to look good. Okay, you do not have to have designer. In fact, sometimes to have something a little understated where somebody doesn't know where it's from, like, oh, I love that bag, but I don't know where it's from, is actually even more of a statement than having a obviously designer handbag. Okay, so that's one of the things that I have picked up about Italian women. Hello, Marilyn, so good to see you, girlfriend. Okay, then the final thing that I want to say about Italian women and Italian style is they dress as a sense of self-expression. And this for me is huge, girlfriends. It is so huge because it is one of those things that if you are feeling good about yourself, if you are dressing in a way that helps you feel good about yourself, you pitch up in the world differently. And I know that for some women, they'll say like, oh, I don't care about fashion. I don't care about how I dress. Think to yourself of a time that you felt that you didn't feel so great and you put on something that does make you feel good, and how different does it make you feel? So women in Italy dress as it's just what they do. It's not something they have to work very hard at. They just do it. They dress to express themselves. They dress as a sense of valuing how they look, of valuing themselves. They like beautiful things. They live in beautiful places, and they see their dressing as an extension of that. So I often hear women say, like, I do have a lot of women who come on my channel and they say, Trace, I live in a small town and it's not that fancy and it's more casual, and like, how do I do it? Now, I'm not saying go dress in a ball gown and, well, if you want to, that's totally fine. Like, I think it's amazing. Send me photographs. But you don't have to dress super formally to look and feel fabulous about yourself. You just don't. Like, I'm dressing, this to me is really casual. Okay, but I feel fabulous in it. I feel really good. So it's not about what other people are wearing. It's about what you are wearing and how you're feeling about what you're wearing. And so that is one of the things I want to say. Like, I'll just give you some examples here. Photographs that I took when I was in Rome. Let me actually show you. So there was this woman, I was in this neighborhood in Rome. It wasn't in a typical tourist area. In fact, that's one of the things I didn't like about Rome so much, is that I saw too many tourists and not enough Italians. Let me just find this picture. I mean, these pictures are amazing. And it just goes to show you of what I'm saying. These are real women, real Italian women. Just a sec. Hold on. Let me just see. No. That's too soon. Okay, just a second, guys. No. Sorry, I didn't prepare I should have actually prepared this part to show you photographs. I'll be doing that in the shorts as well, though. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, here's my Rome pictures. All right. So this is a great example. So this, oh, these are great. I've got a couple of them actually to show you. So this lady was it was just in a, can you see her? Look at how amazing she looks. So she's a woman in midlife, and she was just sitting there. I came out of a store and I said, "Oh my goodness, you look so amazing. Can I take your picture?" And she said, "Yes, sure." She understood, and look at how this is how she's dressing. And she looks so relaxed, and it's so intent, but it's just the way she puts color together, the way she puts print together. You can see she's got a quality handbag. You can see she's wearing comfortable shoes, but they're intentional. Everything's intentional. This here, let me see here. This lady here, this was in a business meeting. Take my photograph. So she was finishing up a business meeting. This is her. This is how she's dressed. This is in the middle of Rome. Okay? And she's an Italian, so I could hear her speaking. This woman here, okay, this woman's going shopping for her food. And this is what she looks like. She's doing a grocery shopping. All right. These are like regular Italian women. This was very typical. I saw this a lot. So this is like Sunday lunch with the family, right? It's so, and they're not overdone, girls. They're not, just understand, they're not like overdone. They're just naturally. These two ladies were just walking about, like, this is them. They were Italian. I could tell because I heard them speaking. I listened for that first. So this is the way they just are. And I think it's a way of being. And now I'm not saying become Italian. I'm not, because I'm not Italian. But I do love to embrace that. And to say, just as a natural, I get up, I get dressed, and I have clothes in my closet that look and feel amazing, that fit my body shape. I have shoes that are comfortable that I can run for the subway in, because that's my criteria here in New York. I have a bag that goes with a lot of different things, and it's easily put together. It's effortless. It always takes a little bit of effort, but it doesn't have to take you hours and hours of time. Okay, so Jessica says, I'm a mom and in early perimenopause, and I don't want to wear the usual jeans and baggy tops the younger moms wear at the gym classes. Yes, I feel more confident wearing fit and flare with a pair of sneakers. Jess, that's exact. Okay, so girlfriend, you're in early perimenopause. So you have not shared that with me before. So I'm happy that you've said that. That's amazing. Welcome to the clan. I'm also in early perimenopause. So but that's exactly it. Like, you don't have to just wear what everybody else is wearing, girls. So that is the thing. You do not have to wear what everybody else is wearing. And if you are one of those people who do like to dress up a little bit and you live in a small town, well, so be it. I used to live in a small town in South Africa. I lived outside of the city. I mean, I had access into the city. I used to go to, even the city was very casual. But I wore what I wore because it's who I am. And I think that is the place that I would love to see women get to, is that we are dressing as an extension of ourselves, an extension of who we are, that our clothing becomes just as much a part of who we are as the inner work stuff. And we can have fun with it, that you don't need that much. You can have less and still have lots to wear. So let me just do a quick recap for those of you who've just joined me and weren't here in the beginning. So my big announcement is I am going to Italy. I'm going to Milan. I'm going to Lake Como. I'm going to Siena and to Florence. I'm very excited. I'm going with the intentionality of really learning from Italian women what they are wearing, what midlife women are wearing, and how they see their dressing and they see their whole approach to aging is different. I want to learn from that and bring it back to you. This is not my first time in Italy. This is actually my fourth time going. So I am going to be sharing from now until September. I'm going on September 24th till October 4th. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing a shorts series. I'm mainly doing shorts and live at the moment. I'm going to be sharing a short series detailing these things. So the things that I love about Italian style and how they impact on the principles that I use in my styling and how I teach women how to dress, how these principles impact how I design clothing. And then when I get to Italy, I will be doing shorts in Italy, showing you what I'm seeing and what I'm learning so that you can feel it, that you can have almost like you're there with me. I'm wanting you to come with me to Italy in that way. Okay, I won't be doing lives because I don't want to schedule anything. I've got quite a crazy travel schedule, but I will be doing some shorts and uploading while I'm there as I can. Now, the things that I love about Italian style, and I'm just going to quickly run them off for you. There are about 6 or 7 of them. So first of all, it's fit. We want to define our waist. Defining your waist is one of the most important things according to Italian women. They are not afraid of wearing shapely clothing. They are not trying to hide their bodies even as they go into midlife. They are not trying to hide their bodies. However, when they are showing something, they're showing one part of their body at a time. So as a shorter skirt, I'm showing off my legs, so I'm keeping my cleavage kind of covered, right? If I'm going to go cleavage, then I'm going to, not that I have much of a cleavage, but if I'm going to do a very low cut top, then I'm going to go a little longer in my skirt or a little more discreet in my skirt, or maybe wear it with pants or something like that, okay? Number 2, they love color and print. They are not afraid of color and print. They sometimes will wear one statement piece and then they're accessorized. Everything else works around that. So it may be as simple as like a skirt. Okay, it may be as simple as a skirt. That's going to be the main focus. That's going to be the main focus here is the skirt. Okay, and then the rest of the outfit is going to work around that. Or they're going to do, say, a skirt and a top together and it makes it look like a dress. That's the main focus. Everything else will go around it. They are still very intentional with their footwear and their handbags. And this doesn't have to be high-end designer, but it does need to be a quality piece, something that goes very well with different things. So this is an Etro handbag that I have. I use this all the time. I got it secondhand. So it is tagged in new. It's about $1,200, which is quite a lot. If you value that, sure, spend the money and have a quality handbag. But these days, you can get them secondhand. Try places like the Real, Poshmark. You've got to be a little bit on the careful side. What is that? Guys, help me. What is that? It's a French. They all go to France. Hold on. Let me go secondhand luxury seller. Let me just find it. Luxury seller. The Real Vestiaire Collective. It's Vestiaire Collective. I have bought from Vestiaire before. They are fantastic. The items actually go to them first. They quality check everything, make sure that they're original, make sure that they are as the listing, and then send it to you. So Vestiaire Collective is a really good one. Then Italian women also focus on quality over quantity. So again, that would look like, as an example, and I'll get changed again. So this skirt, I could wear this together. So one of the ways that I get around this is that we still want a lot to wear, right? We want variety in our wardrobe. So we need versatile pieces. So I have this outfit, but then this outfit can go, hold on, let me do it this way rather. Okay, this skirt can then go with this top as well. When am I going to Italy on board? I am going on in September 24th to October 4th. Okay, so here we go. That is a way of mixing and matching. Or I can wear, all right, I can do this here and wear. So it's all about having a few quality pieces that are going to mix and match and dress up and dress down. Okay, so, or I can go with this skirt with the brown top. And this is why I say you don't need a lot of things in your wardrobe. You just need the right things. You have a few key pieces that mix and match and dress up and dress down, and you always will have something fabulous to wear. So you can do this, okay? Or you can wear it, and this is why I love the co-ord idea. This is why I love the co-ord idea. You will find that with Italian designers, some Italian designers, they have a lot of print, like Etro. I love Etro. By the way, guys, I have to just share a little funny story with you. I walked into Etro the other day, and I was wearing one of my pairs of pants that I had made. And the salesperson was absolutely certain I had bought it at Etro. And I was like, I'll take the compliment, thank you. I am very inspired by Etro. I love Etro. But their fits are not so great. I bought an Etro top off of Poshmark because I was just wanting to really try it. And I got it home and I couldn't lift my arms beyond here. Because the sleeve was so tight over my upper arm, I couldn't lift beyond here. And I was like, well, that really sucks. So I cut off the sleeves. I made it a sleeve top and now it's fine. Sorry, Jazzy, shush. All right, then we've got this. This is going to mix and match. You see what I'm saying? So this thing can be your dress. It looks like a dress. You could wear this top differently. If you don't want to wear it as a tucked in top, if it makes you feel a little bit too exposed, you can wear it as a magic top, like magic blouse, like this. And this allows for that. You could wear something, cami on underneath that. It doesn't have to be a top that like what I'm wearing because it may make you a little bit hot. Here we go. And again, it's like quality fabrics. These fabrics are breathable. They are super comfortable. And there's this beautiful texture. It's just that luxury. It's that sense of wearing something luxury that makes you feel amazing. And it doesn't mean it has to be a luxury brand. It just needs to be a quality piece. And then when it comes to their footwear, girls, they do not. There is this thing that's like, oh, Italian women don't wear sneakers. Well, yes, they do, because when I was in Italy, they were wearing sneakers, even in Milan, but they're fancy sneakers. They're not just like, these are really comfy. These are really fun. And they're an off-white. So they make it a little bit more dressy for me. And so it's about finding a quality sneaker, something that you really like, that's something really comfortable and that you can do life in. And then finally, it's about dressing for self-expression. Dressing because you value yourself. Dressing because it's an extension of your life, an extension of you like to have beautiful things in your life. You like to have, you like to see beauty. And so you see that as an extension. And so these are the things that I use in my everyday styling with clients. I use it in my own styling with myself. And then I also use it in my collection. And so I'm going to be sharing more and more of this with you. I'm very excited. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions about this, because it's going to be fun, right? Like this time I am in perimenopause, and I am looking for ways of also handling aging differently. Like one of the things I notice as well, Italian women, they don't wear a ton of makeup. They don't wear their nails out to here with like tons. It's not like color, print, and lots of makeup and nails. Like they let the clothing do the talking for them, and they keep other stuff a lot more neutral, a lot more natural. And I also feel like as a woman in my 50s, I'm wanting to see other women aging well. I have chosen not to do Botox and fillers and no judgment, girls. Like listen, we have enough judgment to last us a lifetime, okay? We are dealing with so much right now as women. I don't think we need to judge each other. That is not at all my intention. But for me personally, I've chosen not to do Botox and fillers and things like that. I've chosen to rather take really good care of my skin and to focus on that and to try and age as gracefully as I can. I'm hoping it's going to stay that way. I'm just being real with you. But I think that there is something about that. There is something about having that level of, and I think there is something about seeing other women do that. And so that's what I'm hoping as well, to go and see other women doing that and take that inspiration and then bring it to you. So, okay. So girls, let me know if there are any other questions. I am happy to answer them. Also, if you have any questions about my collection, this set will be, I'm probably going to shoot it tomorrow quickly and put it up on the website. I am dealing with my collection a little bit differently this year. I normally do, like for the last few years, I've been doing one collection and then boom, I put it out there. This time I'm going to be doing in drip, 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 little bit by little bit. The fabrics are expensive, so you will need to order them, and then I order the fabrics. So it really does depend on whether fabric is available for you. However, you can put a small hold so that I can just get the fabric. It won't cover the fabric completely, but I just know I get the fabric so that the supplier has it available and then hold that for you for when you're ready to have it made. So there are options as far as that's concerned to space things out according to your budget. This is the other print. It's exactly the same print, but in a different colorway. And you can have the skirt and the top in exactly this one. This one is a little bit different. The style is a little bit different. This has got the bubble sleeve. Okay, it's got the bubble sleeve at the bottom, which is really fun. And then I also have the skirt is a long bubble skirt. This is more of a fall piece, whereas the other, the brown can be worn right away. This is a little bit more fall related. So, okay, so let me know, guys, if there are any questions. The other question that I had for you was that I put on my channel, I think it was on Monday, I put up a video talking about my own perimenopause experience. So when I turned 50, it was like I woke up a few months later. It was like I woke up one day and I had an extra 3 inches around my belly. And I was like, what the is going on? And I wasn't doing anything differently, girls. I wasn't doing anything differently. And I eat healthy. I exercise, but I was freaking out and I was bloated everywhere. Because I get a lot of comments on my channel, women saying like, how can you talk about dressing your perimenopausal belly or menopausal belly when you don't have one? But let me tell you, I measured myself and I had an extra 3 inches around my belly and I was freaking out. Clothes that I normally wore that I felt fabulous in wouldn't even close. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. And so I put it out there, like, do you girls want, because I have stabilized quite a lot. I'm not where I want to, I'm still not where I was. And my body shape has changed, but it definitely, the bloating and the weight gain has definitely stabilized more. And so I asked women if they want me to share what has worked for me. I have to warn you, there are no quick fixes. Like, they just aren't. And it does include taking good care of yourself. So I mean, that is just been so amazing for me. But the comments from that were pretty overwhelming. They were like, yes, 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 we want you to share. I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse practitioner. I'm not a medical person at all. All I can do is share with you what's worked for me. And so let me know in the comments, guys, if you would like me to do a live on that. So it would be a very different kind of live because normally I'm doing styling. And I can also incorporate that in, definitely can incorporate that in. But if you would like to know what has worked for me, I am very happy to share. There are 1 or 2 things that I am trying out that I've discovered, modalities of something that has been completely mind-blowing for me, that is definitely feels like it's taking my bloating down a lot. I just want to give it a little bit more time before I share it with you because I want to make sure that it really is that's working and not something else. So, because I want to share stuff that I've definitely tried and tasted. So let me know, guys. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited to share with you my Italy trip. And I'm excited for you to come along with me. So I'm hoping, I do have to say that Wi-Fi in Italy isn't the greatest. I mean, I don't know if it's even when I went to Rome, I had supposedly good Wi-Fi. Oh my goodness, I was doing lives on Whatnot at the time, and just to upload product took like hours. and it was crazy. So depending on what kind of Wi-Fi I have will depend on what I can upload and how quickly I can do it. But I will be doing as much as I possibly can. And then, of course, bringing back. I'm going to be doing a lot of behind the scenes shooting and bringing back. And I will be filming the fall collection. So that will be really cool as well, part of the fall collection, which that will be really cool as well. Okay, ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Doesn't seem like there are any further questions. Feel free if you were watching in the replay or if you were a little bit behind because maybe you came in earlier. Jazzy, shush. So he's just so demanding today, guys. He's like really demanding. Anyway, he has his days. So if you would like to ask me any questions in the comments, and I will come back and reply to you a little bit later. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. I am so excited to be sharing this journey with you. I'm so excited that you are taking the time to be here today. Thank you so much for that. It really means a lot to me. And I love to hear your comments, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.